Greetings, fellow beings. Ho ho! It is Thursday. Maybe it's a Thursday. Maybe it's a Throwdown Thursday. Or perhaps it's a That Park Place Live Thursday coming up next. We also have the H-Cast, your favorite afternoon, evening podcast coming up right after that. It's insane. Oh, wait, no. It's quite possible there's another show. We'll have to see. But I did drop a video this morning on the Olympics and whether or not they are safe. In my opinion, there could be some problems. But I went out and got a second opinion. So check out today's video and hear what Jonas J. Campbell has to say about the upcoming Olympics in Paris, France. Because that's going to be safe. Anyway, let's say hi to each and every one of you. We got Morgan King in the house. Good to see you, my friend. And very early this morning, DJ Ronnie G said hello. That's right. Can't bring it on the screen, though. Peter Brophy's out there. Good to see you, Peter. And nearsighted Cyclops. Good to see ya. Who else do we have out there? Low Spec, Linux Laptop. How are you doing, my friend? O.C. Dobbins. Thoughts and prayers for Chris Gore. Yes. I want him to have a complete, speedy recovery and be in great shape. I know you all do as well. Hillis Mallory's out there. What's up, Hillis? And running with the scissors. Hello, everybody. Terry Rose is here. Good morning, friends. Wop. Hey, all. Well, hello. Me and my monkey. Jody Bird is out there. Great to see you, dear. And, of course, SFXF. 314 Sabertooth Raptor. M&M Fish. What's up? Oh, look at the cucumbers. Let's get into it. All right. We already have a super chat. We'll get to that in a moment. We got Sci-Fi Mommy out there. Great to see you, my friend. And, of course, DS Ford. What's up? Long time member, supporter of the channel. Thank you. We've got the Avengers Rising. Speaking of games, Keanu Reeves has been cast as Shadow. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. I think it's great. You know, he already has experienced voice acting a character in Toy Story 4. I think he fits Shadow perfectly. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, it's the lovely Penny. Greetings, dear. And Black Saber, what's up? I have to tell you, I've gotten to hang out with Chris Braley from Bleeding Fool the last 2 days. Maybe I'll make it a third today. I don't know. Dude's great. Check out Bleeding Fool if you want to see some really good pop culture news. Well, and news in general. Let's see. The Weatherman. Hello. Well, hello. Randall Orser. Hello, my friend. Is this live? Good to see you. And Dylan Soup. What's up? Walter Tomaszewski, what's going on, my friend? And JPRPH1, good morning. We've got M. Hampton, good morning, my friend. And the Gaming Dude, Philip Gaming. Look at all these gaming people. I love it. You guys are my people. Mavromat. Good morning, Mavromat. Hoove, what's up? For 25k subs, you should do a cosplay stream. That seems reasonable. I wonder what I would cosplay, though. Here's today's day in history from Griffin. On April 18th, 1930, a BBC news announcer announced there is no news at the 2045 news bulletin. Instead, he played music for over an hour. I think that's brilliant. I love it. Love it. Bad Take Bojan, what's going on, Tina? Hope you're doing well, dear. And of course, Phoenix Knight, what's up? Bill Chapin, Culture, hello. And all, well, hello. And we've got Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for a super chat saying, I'm okay with Rockstar's fall. No king rules forever. Well, they're falling hard, let me tell you. Super bummer, though. What's going on? We got Richard Brixtis in the house. Look at that. And oh my gosh, look at that avatar. Awesome. I love you guys. You guys really dive into the stuff you love. It's fantastic. We got the Bat Cap out there. Weird for $2 Australian. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, Hell's Reach. I watched it. I don't think because they use the audiobook voiceover and the audio, I can play it on stream. I may do a separate reaction video, unless it's a different Hell's Reach than I've found. But I did spend time on that because you asked me to, my friend, and thank you for that. Let's see. Oh, Sunny Sunflower is here. Greetings, dear. Who else popped in the door? ActionCom, is this real life? Or is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Is this live? Gives 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. And I appreciate Weird. Thanks for finding my channel, Weird, and all of you that have contributed the last few days. It has helped significantly because YouTube decided that I'm a bad guy. Do you guys think I'm a bad guy? I don't feel like a bad guy. Look at this. We've got Rachel Moliere in the house. Good to see you, dear. I hope you're doing well. We got a few other folks. Weatherman's defining a problem I have right now. My allergies are causing my migraines to go into overdrive. Yes, you are outlining my whole issue when it comes to spring. I tell you what, Weird, I will get to your super chat when we get to bonus time, which will be very abbreviated. Hey, good morning at Culture Casino's Chip Club. Speaking of which, the chips arrived yesterday. Oh my gosh, they needed to be here a week ago so I could have them in Vegas for all of you, but they will be in Dallas even if I am not, or San Antonio, or wherever the next meetup is. So keep an eye out. But those chips will be there, and yeah, I have them for people. They're fantastic. Stitch, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. Cosplay as Borat in the Mankini. No. That's an easy one. I could be Merlin. That's a good choice, Hillis Mallory. And of course, OC Diddy 93. OC Diddy 93. No relation to Diddy. Oh, okay. All right. Dwayne Erickson's out there in the world. Carlos Alfredo Lopez and Dave G Sound. Holy cow, we've gone long on the intro. We've got to go. I think it could probably pull off Gandalf. But more likely, Hobo Gandalf. That's right. Did I see the new Microsoft AI? I am not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole. I do not trust Microsoft at all. Good to see you, Cam. Back because I'm a glutton for punishment. Well, I don't punish you, Cam. I love it when you're here. What's up, Jared Marco? Drew Lavers. All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about. Not a lot of time to do it in. I didn't even bother to count the stories because there were a lot of them. I kept adding this morning because there kept being more and more. Like this one that dropped yesterday. Quentin Tarantino dropped The Movie Critic as his final film, meaning this film's not going to go forward. Who are you going to replace Tarantino with to make this project? I don't know, but I know this. Headline story of the day: Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two is laying off or plans to lay off 5% of its workforce. This was in an SEC filing. That's how insidious this was. It's going to scrap several games. It's going to cut $200 million worth of spending, maybe more, between salaries and game production. There's a lot of stuff that they haven't announced. It's not going to get made now, probably because they're about to get punched in the face. The biggest concern is that, well, SBI Detected was involved. I used Detected on purpose, but SBI is involved in the GTA 6 game to the extent that it's going to be very bad indeed and could be a financial disaster for Take-Two. We'll find out. I know that I'm not as excited about the game as I once was, but moving on. Did you know you can get sued if you're not woke enough? That's right, a producer is suing Al Roker over DEI policy failures. Oh my goodness. You have Disneyland cast members thinking it's a good idea at the worst possible labor market to join Actors Equity. Yeah, filing an election petition. I don't think you guys have seen what happens when this happens. Because Disney doesn't want to play this game. They're getting tired of unions. The NPR editor that went out there and exposed NPR for what it really is, yeah, he resigned. Yuri Berliner, I have a news story coming out on that later today or tomorrow over on that Park Place because, well, the NPR CEO, the new one that just showed up in January, said reverence for the truth may be a distraction. That was in one of the TED Talks she gave. Along with all of the other buzzwords for the extremist ideologues out there in the world, this is the person running NPR now. It's not a good look, folks. Speaking of not a good look, numerous Warhammer players canceled their subscriptions, including my friend Max Van Priestley, and are announcing a boycott of Games Workshop. I think this could be a big problem. Stock hasn't been looking good, and you know what? They are just terrible humans. Sorry. Hollywood producers slammed Sydney Sweeney, saying she's not pretty and she can't act. Now, we are going to talk about this at length over on the H-Cast on Mr. H Reviews channel later this afternoon on your favorite afternoon evening podcast, so you'll want to stick around. But here's the cool thing. Sydney Sweeney's people responded in a very classy way, saying, hey, how sad and shameful. And they also said it's kind of odd that you're attacking another woman in Hollywood. Using your position to do that, not cool. Not cool. The BBC is, well, going to get sued a bit. Well, sort of. The BBC News Channel presenter Martine Croxall is taking legal action in the form of a tribunal, an employment tribunal, for being off the air for over a year. They just don't have any place to put her, along with, I guess, 5 other women that were trying to get a chief presenter job. But, yeah, they're going to start this 2-day hearing at London Central on May 1st. And she's not the only one. There's a lot of these that have created quite the uproar and the pay gap conversation and all of these other things. So, yeah, so you've got Croxall, Karen Giannone, I don't know how to say that name, Geeta Gurumurthy, Cassia Madera, and Anita McVeigh. Yeah, they're all going after BBC. Wild. Bad news. Olivia Munn has revealed she has breast cancer, and that she was put her into a medically induced menopause. She did have a double mastectomy and many other surgeries. She managed to keep that hidden for quite some time. Prayers for Olivia Munn. Boeing is under 2 days of scrutiny by the Senate about all their, bad things happening to their planes. Uber is helping investigators try to figure out exactly what happened with the scam calls that led to this tragic event where this woman was killed. We've got major indexes yesterday not going well, at least most of the markets, and whoops, today's starting out the same way in day 4. You see a pattern here, everybody? Not looking great. Oh, yeah, I've got a story I want to do on BlackRock, but I'm still weighing it. We do have Google firing 28 workers after they attempted a sit-in yesterday, obviously because of their contracts with a certain country that they don't agree with. Well, at least their actions right now, after they were horrifically attacked. So I'm not going to take a political position on either of these things. I'm just saying, don't sit in your boss's office and leave if he asks you to. And finally, an escaped hippo was just wandering around a suburban neighborhood. This is the most dangerous land animal on Earth. It can ruin your day. This was in Cape Town, South Africa, and it just kind of wandered about. Crazy. All right, looks like I'm out of time, but I'm not out of here. We're going to do a couple moments of bonus time so I can address some things in the chat. You guys are the best. I'm gonna do a full reaction video, I think, as requested by Weird. But let's just jump to bonus time, shall we? There we go. Hello. So first and foremost, I have to say to Matt G, good to see you, my friend, and to all of you who did contribute to the stream, I do appreciate. Hillis Mallory threw out a members chat that said your mispronounced micro suck. Well, was trying to be kind during the early part of the show. I usually try to do a 7-minute intro so I can say hi to each and every one of you. I see a Ladonis Dragonstorm in the house. Good to see you. Congratulations on the enormity of your success, sir. Mr. Stephen Walton, the author. Thank you. We've got, let's get to those 2 super chats because, hey, no super chat left behind if I can help it. Yeah, thoughts on Hell's Reach? Well, as far as I've been able to consume, looks great. Did you? I think I need to have a conversation around this at length about my thoughts. Maybe do a video reaction. I won't be able to play it. There are things that can be copyrighted on it. I'm not sure how the person that dropped it didn't get copyright striked. Or maybe they got claimed, and that's fine. But I will get to this. I just don't know when. So I will get to this as soon as I can. Weird. Overall, I mean, anything that gives you a good breakdown of the lore is a good thing to pay attention to. As mentioned yesterday, I think Bricky is probably one of the better channels to go to. The breakdown of all factions is a multi-part series that is definitely worth your time. If you dive into these Hell's Reach videos, they can take hours of your life. If you dive into any of the things that Bricky has, they can take hours of your life, and that's a good thing. You kind of want an introduction to this if you want to understand it and all the lore that comes with it. So, look, it's a rabbit hole, but if you're interested in really good story, jump in. It's worth it, and I'm not kidding, for sure. We got, and thank you once again, Weird, for all your contributions and suggestions. You are the best. Our good friend, Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $2. Hey, brother. Thank you again. Says 3D printers making Warhammer figures go brr, 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 brr. Yeah, they do. Let me tell you. Yeah, if you got 3D printers right now, you can print about anything. It's pretty amazing. You could have a whole army pretty quickly. Depending upon the volume of your 3D printer, that is. But I cannot believe this. It's like you are working against your own self-interest, trying to, quote-unquote, reshape the world. And, of course, we already know what this is. They're trying to hit the reset button on everything. But you may think you have enough money, but if governments around the world shift, you're going to have deep investigations into what you're doing in a way that's going to be very, very uncomfortable and perhaps result in some financial penalty. I know a lot of people, don't think that could happen. I do. With a significant shift in certain places, especially if, these types of practices, these 3-letter movements, this new term bridge, are all drawing scrutiny at a governmental level, that's going to be a thing. Look at Ladonis. He just became a member. He gets a fancy little thing. Look at that thing going around. See the chat? Okay, I'm making lightsaber sounds now. But that's cool, and thank you. And then we have... Oh, here we go. Ladonis giving 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. My beard is out of control today. I don't know what it is. Thank you very much, Mr. Author Stephen Walton. Check out his channels. Growing Like a Weed. I'm very proud of him. Focusing on dealing with narcissism. Kind of an interesting thing. Well done, sir. Amongst other things. He covers some other stuff. Apex Comics says, no more resets. I am with you, my friend. I am truly with you, brother. No problems with Necrons, LOL. A Weird says for $2, you can react to Warrior Tears Custodes vid. I'm writing it down. As long as it doesn't have anything in there that I can get claimed for, I am on it. Writing it down. Warrior Tear. I got you. Yeah. Look, we're getting closer and closer to the launch date of a fun thing for me. So I have a feeling I'm going to be getting to talk about a lot of gaming, which I love. I need to figure out a way to do more gaming, because then I could play games with Hammeroid Hertz and Morgan King and a lot of the other gamers out there. So you guys are the best. That's right, kid with one shoe got a membership from our good friend, Author Stephen Walton, otherwise known as Ladonis Dragonstorm. There you go. Pirates Shape Outcome. I think in all aspects of modern culture, I think you are correct. I think you are correct. And you're right, is this live culture and political leanings have always been a pendulum. The problem is this time it swung so radically far, I'm terrified of what will happen swinging back the other way. Tobias says Viking Casino. I could do that. That'd be fun. It's that inner Merlin. There's a decent chance. I don't know. Hobo Gandalf, Merlin, a Viking. Vikings in my roots. So there you are. Speaking of roots, have you guys checked out the website, beachpunk.us? Have you seen all the great merch there? Because we keep updating it. Like, I think we're even going to start offering the boss's hat. So ladies, if you want to rock the same ball cap that the boss rocks in our avatar and in, you know, and now in person, you can pick it up, I think, on beachpunk.us right now. So there you are. Huh. Launching a game, I wish. I've had an idea for a game for a long time, but that's not really it. It's going to be, it's a big enterprise, but it's here on a platform. We'll get into it. I think it's going to happen sometime in June, so it'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Joe Dog? Good to see you. Yeah, this slide's like, exactly. Yeah, you don't want the pendulum to swing that hard. What I want is the pendulum to get to the middle and for everybody to just decide, let's leave it there. Reasonable opinions will survive. The popularity, I mean, right now, more people are closer to the middle and are being called right now than ever before, which is insane. You know, and again, I'm not aligned with any political extreme. I think that extremes are bad. I do. I always have. Absolutist positions, intractable positions are dangerous. I mean, there are some things that certainly deserve it, life and death type of things. But outside of that, where it's not morally structured black and white stuff that we can all agree with, sorry. I think that's silly. Boog says, good question. Why are you terrified about how far the pendulum will swing the other way? No one has ever been able to articulate these fears. They are, however, able to say how far the slippery slope would go. It's true. Okay, let me articulate it in the best way possible without stepping on the toes of the platform I'm on right now. Well, one of the three. Hi, Twitter. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for watching me over there. And for those of you checking me out on Rumble, I appreciate you as well. You could end up with extremist, theocratic rule, more puritanical than almost anything else. And yes, there's a flavor of that going on right now with, obviously, the extreme left with the woke culture and everything else. But it's just, let's say this, you want to see censorship, and the elimination of opposing ideas. I think that going too far to the other side, it removes an element of humanity and progress. I know that sounds weird. I'm not a fan of progressives, extremist libs. Liberals are fine. But I'm a center left. Type of person. Which is, you know, I've always been very much in the middle. Unfortunately, I am fiscally conservative, so it's always led me to do one thing. But I think that you would find if you went too far the other direction is there would be no progress, and you would strip out some of humanity. It's happening right now on the other side. They both have their same kinds of problems. They both strip away humanity. One strips away liberty, in one way. I mean, we're seeing that in real time. I mean, right now you're stripping away the rule of law, and the only authority is the ideology. The only authority is the power that they can accumulate. On the other side of the equation, it just becomes more puritanical in whatever form it eventually takes. I don't want either of the extremes. I want everybody to work from a position of the center, um, and have thoughtful approaches to everything. I think that's the only way to do it, and it's the only way to preserve all of the freedoms as well. Um, like I said, outside of the things that are just pure poison, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to fall to either extreme. Maybe I'm wrong, but it is what it is. Sorry about that. I went a little long on that. We got a tipping barn in the house for $4.99. Says Vikings in your roots. Perhaps you should run a comb through that mess. Thank you, a tipping barn, for the $4.99 super chat. You betcha. You betcha. Don't mind the toes, the most extreme nightmare of the pendulum going to the other side. Well, I think theocratic rule on the right is as bad as theocratic rule on the left, and I think that unfortunately a lot of conservative positions on certain matters when it comes to morality or naturally have a tendency to go that direction. Like I've said, I mean, the extreme on each side is basically the same thing, and eventually you get down to removing people's liberties. We already have a bunch of liberties that are compromised, things that shouldn't be. You're born inherently with your own human rights, but your civil rights are always under assault, and they have been in this country. I know I believe you're from Mexico, and it's just a little bit different. And again, I don't usually talk politics on my channel. In fact, I try to avoid it. But pop culture, is the thing that leads naturally into the political radicalism that we have now, which is why they went after education and culture to try to bring about the destruction of civilization. That's what they're trying to do right now, so that they can come in and turn you all into serfs. Does that sound like fun? No. Razzy Fingers, what's going on? It says, many of the gaming friends moved away too because they voted for, and got too embarrassed. They didn't want to talk to anyone anymore. A lot of people are kind of like that. I feel like if people thought that they could come out and say, look, we clearly made a mistake, and instead of doubling down, but just using their rational mind, I think they'd be in a much better situation. Something worse than censorship? Wow, the complete elimination of like ideas centered in some of the leftist ideologies. I think you would see that those would be banned from being taught, spoken about. They'd be banned from culture, which would create compelled speech situations, which you're already headed to on the other side. Like you said, the extremes on both sides are identical in it's just what they believe or not. It's just a different way or a different thought around removing ideologies. A lot of people would like to remove the those thoughts, but I think we need to allow for those conversations. But that's just an opinion, guys. You don't have to agree with me. And the worst, and this Cynthia breaks this down beautifully here. It's a very poor tactical move by the extremes to call everybody right. Well, you're calling some of my liberal friends right. We don't agree on everything. I mean, there's certain things we disagree in the extreme on, but we still have the ability to remain friends. But the extreme side of things doesn't allow for anything else. If you aren't a member of the crowd, and this works on both sides, guys. I'm not going after one or the other. I'm just saying, if it goes back the other way, it may never come back, and then you're living under the same kind of boot heel anyway. It's not good. I mean, the reason I'm a libertarian is those reasons. Um, Liberty above all, truth above all. It's I look adopt if you adopt that, you usually in society is in a good place. We live in this country, we live in a great experiment because we're a democratic republic. I'm going to give people a little on that. Um, so in this country, you're a democratic republic. You have a representative government that's supposed to represent its constituency. Over the course of the last decade, they really haven't. It's probably been longer than that. But I mean, in the extreme, like visible to everybody thing, they're voting on, sending money places that nobody wanted, nobody voted for, nobody asked them to do. People are pushing back against them. They have constituents, they're voting against their best interests. They think they know better than you, and they think that, and oftentimes they just don't. So, yeah. And I mean, I've been through different phases of life. I'm an old guy. So I remember back to the satanic panic and all the other stuff. That wasn't good. And on all the other things, the extremes don't work. And when you start calling everybody a name, you eventually just devalue the value of that name, which I think is tragedy because there are people who are really, really bad. You're describing classic liberalism, which somehow has become right wing. Yeah, I did. Yeah. But again, I'm fiscally conservative, so my tendencies are unless somebody on the left-hand side of the aisle is fiscally conservative and measured in their other opinions, they won't draw my vote. The minute you start to go after the freedom, specifically speech, the minute you attack that one, you won't stop there. That's the problem. Boog says, so, no. And again, the word afraid is, I use as in terms, I mean, I'm not actually afraid. I mean, all of us have managed so far. I push back against the narrative, which one of the platforms I'm on does not enjoy. And I've suffered for it. This month has been bad. I mean, a lot of other creators have had it bad, and it's all politically driven. I mean, I'm going to mention this. It's probably not a good thing to mention, but I'm going to do it anyway. Tim Pool had the most popular videos deleted. If you followed any of that, I mean, I thought making a Tim Pool is under attack video was probably not a good idea. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's really bad. Illusion of choice. This is why I love you, Pinochet's helicopter tours. So the right will liberty you to death. No such thing. That's too far right. Bad guys in WW2 were on the left. All socialism occurs on the left. Sure, but authoritarianism can occur on the right. Sorry. And again, either of these things stifle progress in areas of life. Yeah. There's only authoritarian and liberalism. I don't think so, but that's fine. Anyway, I'm going to step out of this subject. We can talk about it another day, but I had a couple more people I wanted to engage with. I love having these conversations, though. You know what? I tell you what. I'm going to be bringing back the Friday interview show this week. I hope to have Riding Raven and Master of the TDS join me this week on the interview show, and I hope to be able to explore some of these things with people as an expansion of the questions that we normally do. So check that out. After that, I'm going to have Dr. Jones on the following week, and I'll try to keep that show going. We'll definitely continue to have the Late Night Culture Show, which is a lot more open. So I just, again, need to be careful because I'm not being loved right now. Yeah. This is a true statement, but my pushback will be that while you may not have an official state thing, you will have an ideological thing that is worshipped as a religion, just like it is on the left. Look, we'll talk about this another time. You guys are getting me caught up in some of the stuff that's not great for this moment. So, oh no, Kindred says, we just replaced some of our staff with AI. The future of gaming will be generated, not rendered. That is terrible news. That is terrible news. We got Grumpy Old Marine Vet over on Rumble says, my best friend's wife was just fired from her university teaching position after the head of department retired. It was revealed he did it because her husband was a Republican. He bragged about it to the staff. When thinking of government, I try to find candidates that live by the phrase government is best that governs least. And I agree with that completely. But again, I want all the 3-letter agencies for the most part eliminated. I mean, if you have to keep some special level federal investigation stuff there, sure. But I also want the departments that are, engaged in the administrative state to be removed. The little fellow down there that just got elected, in his country, is turning that country again around like crazy. I mean, Elon Musk. I can't say his name, so I'm sorry, but Elon Musk went down there and visited him, and at the same time started to lash out at Brazil over their authoritarian control. So there's that. What else do we got? Somebody's been reading some books lately. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. Yep. I think everybody deserves liberty and freedom. I like the principle of my right to swing my fist ends at your nose. There you go. Yeah, John is correct. Overconfidence and bravado is attractive to weak minds, but it leads to weak leadership. And look around. They're all being influenced by money. It's hard to find good humans because they can be manipulated by 3 or 4 things. And Mr. Stock, we are all SSN or IEN numbers. Can I say something really quickly? The SSN numbers were never supposed to be used for anything other than Social Security. Using it as any form of identification or financial measurement, identifier, was never supposed to happen. Lots of things that were never supposed to happen have happened. That's why the slippery slope that we pay attention to is so important. Yeah, Razzie Fingers, I think I agree with you. Again, it's some of that. Yeah, Democratic Republic is North Korea and China. Well, there you go. Okay. We're a representative republic, but most people push back on that and say it's democratic. Yeah. Yeah, any form of regressionism is regressive. Yeah. You guys are having fun today, aren't you? That's right. Is this live? I've always been evil, apparently. Yeah, trying to live a balanced life is bad. Yeah, socioeconomic theory. We're living in weird times, kids. For a question, for a change of pace, question from the audience. Will pigtail streams become a monthly occurrence? No, we won't be doing that if you did not get your pictures. I'm considering taking that stream down, so if you haven't watched it, you probably should. Anthony Jacob says, you just doing you is the biggest pushback. Yeah. Well, I do it every day. I do it for you. I get to hang out with you guys and talk to you and have a good time. And for those of you who send super chats, I appreciate them so much. Like Weird has been a big contributor the last couple days. Tipping Barn, Pinochet. You guys really, you have no idea. It means the world to me. You keep me going at a time when, YouTube hates us. I'm not going to do a whiny video about it. I'm not going to give you the behind the curtains stuff, but just pay attention to the view counts for some of your favorite creators, and I guarantee you they're falling. Unless you're outside of the stuff that we cover, the people in the fellowship, the people at that park place, I mean, Valiant Renegade's getting hit, everybody. So we don't go about talking about it, so I'm going to stop. Don't talk about it, be about it. There you go. I want to say this one more time. I would say we're a representative republic. I understand what you're saying, Pinochet. This would be a fun debate. I'm going to have to do a Rumble-only show someday, and we can talk about these things. But Anthony Jacobs is right. You have to be able to laugh. You have to be able to laugh at yourself, and you have to be able to make others laugh. Look, comedy is no holds barred. The minute you start to censor comedy, that's always the worst possible signal. That's the beginning of the end. I mean, the little painter guy in Germany way back, the late 30s and 40s that, took us into a terrible conflagration. That dude, what did they do? They got rid of the comedians. Every dictator, every tyranny tries to control whether or not they're being mocked. Why? Well, it's the most effective tool for calling out the things that are wrong. You have to, the good leaders remain humbled and prepared to acknowledge whether or not they're right or wrong. If you've ever seen somebody do that or show any kind of contrition as a politician, they feel more human. And the minute mud starts to sling, and somebody goes after them on that mistake, but they've already talked about it and talked about what they did wrong and what they are doing better at the time, the mud doesn't usually stick. Unless, of course, it's being aided by a media machine. But, I mean, look right now. I mean, they're so terrified of one man right now running for political office that they're censoring him illegally. They're conducting lawfare, and they're misusing public funds to try to prevent a person from being elected. That's how terrifying the truth is, kids. That's how terrifying it is for them. Humor is born out of truth. Limit humor, limit truth. It's the way it is. Whoa, is this live? Gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it. You guys are the best, though. I'm so glad I started this show earlier now and that we get to do bonus time more regularly. First of all, it gives me great ideas because Weird's going to have me watching some really cool gaming stuff, some lore, and other people are, sending me recommendations for film and television and stuff like that. You guys, if I have time, my media list is pretty long. But eventually I do get to it. You guys just, you mean the world to me, my friend. Jay asks, what happened? Let me click on that. I thought I did. What happened to the pigtail stream? It happened. And 6 even showed up in the crowd. So, yeah, it was fun. It's still up on the channel. I'm not going to pull it down. The boss would kill me. But it was a lot of fun. I had a good time. I looked ridiculous and, embarrassed and all that. But, check it out. You'll see me. I'm wearing my headphones and 2 pigtails that are sticking out in front of them. Just crazy, crazy dude. Crazy man. Crazy, crazy man. On that note, we're going to grab this super chat from a couple of folks here. Like OCDD93 says, we appreciate you, Culture. Well, thank you, my friend. I truly appreciate that. And thank you for the $2 super chat. And, or I should say, 199. I need to start doing that in honor of the 199. You guys are wonderful. And wow, a massive gift from our great friend Daisy Blossom Flower Child for $20 as we love you, Culture. Well, I love you. And I hope you guys are doing good. I wished I got to see you in Vegas. You are wonderful people. Man, we have so many great people here. I do appreciate you all, including this little guy. This little guy here, where is he? I saw him. There he is. Biggles Mets. What's up? All right, folks. We've got Vikings wear braids. This is true. Maybe I'll do that, Tom. Maybe I will. All right, guys, we got to get going. I am going to be headed over to that Park Place in about 30 minutes. You will be headed there right away. You'll be redirected there. If you're not going to stick around there, just set your reminder and check back in a half an hour because that Park Place Live will be a lot of fun today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Credits are going to be updated hopefully tomorrow. I will be going to see the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare later today. And so I'll be a little bit late to the Thursday Night Throwdown over on Comics Division's channel, but hopefully I will see you there. Review on the Ministry will happen. Well, you'll see it tomorrow. I hope Grant can get it edited quickly. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.